was explaining about. See that when you just change the object automatically, so it will be called that class method logic. See that you are not recalling again methods. Method is one time you can call, but based on the object type, it will call that class related logic. It will call for you. See now square logic and square area, and you will get it. So this is based on the object type, it will change. Okay. So even if you create a rectangle object, right? So you create a rectangle object. So rectangle logic will call. Right? So this is the how you can create. So rectangle logic now call for all these methods. So you won't get a circle and which class object you create, that class, what is the logic you implemented for these methods, that logic you will get it. So execute that. All these points are important. This point, you have a constant in the Selenium. So in the one interface, you have declared a constant. The constant you have to pass it to a method argument. That's what the, so points you need to remember this kind of things, So all these are very, very, very important. Every point is important here in Selenium. So this is because interface is the one you will use, already they used in Selenium, because WebDriver is itself an interface. So WebDriver itself is an interface. So you have to remember this, read multiple times and practice more number of times until you get a confidence. Okay, so that's all. And how to call in another package? Did anyone remember how to call in another package? First you have to import, then you call all of them same way. Okay, first you import. That's what, right? If you are crossing a package, first step is import. All are in same package, you don't need to worry about that import statements. Import when it will come into picture, when you are crossing another package. You want to call in another package, that time only import will come into picture. So here I am just creating call interface members in another package. So main, I just need to call.
Sir, in another packet, there is no need for imports for interface.
That's what I told, right? First, that is what import will come into picture. Okay. If you cross one package members, you are calling in another package. Mandatory thing is import. That's what I told you, and we learned this in the methods time.
I think I connected.
Yeah, that's why you are not reviewing, right? And obviously, you will forget.
No, sir, I didn't forget.
Several times. Review is important. Remembering and practicing those concepts is important. That's what you have to make a note in one paper and pen. What topics we completed, what topics I am good, and still anything I need to review there. You have to Go and review once again. If you don't review,
Okay.
everybody will forget, not only you. Even I will also forget if I don't teach another 1 year. Right? I learnt Portuguese, but I'm not using, so I forget that. So that's what anything, if you are not using, obviously you will forget. You are keeping touch with that, obviously you will remember that. Other than that, nothing. Right? Okay.
Yes.
So this is the all, see, I am able to call directly, and but first thing is import. See here we didn't do import, right? We didn't do import here. Did we do import here?
No,
Same
sir.
package, because your interface is in same package and all other classes are in the same package. You don't need, only import required in another packages.
Another
That's it.
package.
Okay. Now I want to show you one more, multiple inheritance. So now I have completed, I created my own interface. I implemented all my interface methods in the different classes, and I consumed them in my own class. And how I called non-static methods of interface, default methods, static methods, constants, how to call I have shown. In another package also how to call I have shown you. Now let's move on to the multiple inheritance. So Java supports multiple inheritance in case of interface. So I'm going to show that now.
Okay, sir.
So we got a problem in the class case, it is not supporting. So multiple classes you cannot extend. For one class you cannot extend multiple classes. So that is called multiple inheritance. That is not possible in case of class. Now I am saying in case of interface, multiple inheritance is possible. So Java supports multiple inheritance
Multiple inheritance.
in case of interface. Why it will support? Because you are not going to create object for the interfaces, and you are not going to implement these methods logic in the interfaces. That's why it is allowed. See, I'm going to create a few more interfaces. See, one common method I'm keeping in all the interfaces. Now what I'm going to do, so I will implement, I know I'm extending. See, extends, right? Multiple inheritance means extends. So one interface extends another interface possible. One interface extends multiple interfaces also possible. So the relationships you should remember. Class extends another class possible. Class implements interface possible. Interface extends interface possible. Interface extends interface 1 comma interface 2 comma interface 3 and so on. How many interfaces you want to extend, you can extend. So that is what I am going to do now. Any error for me? See, no
No,
error
sir.
at all. So this is the multiple inheritance. Now what is going to happen when you are implementing this printable interface? You must implement the runnable methods, showable methods
So
also.
that's
So Now I'm going to implement. See that. All this, a relationship that I have given. Please remember that relationship. Okay, it's very, very important. So now what I need to do, this is the interface, right? Printable. So what I need to use, extends or implements?
Implement, sir.
Implements.
Implements, class implements interface.
Interface name.
So class implements interface. See now
Interface name.
I will get all the unimplemented methods of printable, runnable and showable
And
also.
showable.
See that all of them you got it. So you got print method, run method, show method, display. Display
Run.
is there in all the interface, but we got only one time. Why? So that is what it avoids the duplication.
Okay.
So you can implement only one time for that in this class. Okay, so that's all about methods I have implemented. Now see, I'm going to create object for this interface. So you have to create object for interface, right? Interface. Can we create object for interface?
Reference. Yes, sir. Reference and name and implementation.
You cannot create object for interface. Okay, this is not object. This is the object. This object you are pointing to printable variable.
Variable.
Here data type is a printable interface type. But you are not creating object for interfaces. Please keep this point in mind. We
Okay.
are not allowed to create object for any interface. Doesn't matter what interface it is. You should not create object for interface. Why? What is the reason?
There are no object references, sir.
Huh? Wrong. Why you should not create object for interface?
There is no implementation on the
Ah,
web.
that's a good point. In the interfaces inside, there is unimplemented methods,
That's it.
not implemented for the methods, the abstract methods. So interface contains abstract methods that are unimplemented, undefined methods. Undefined methods you cannot use, right? If you create object, you have to use, right? You can call them. Without any implementation, how can you use? You didn't tell that method what the method has to do. That's an implementation means, undefined means. Without any definition, how can you use that? That's why they are not supporting at all to create object for any interface and any abstract class. Clear? That's the answer you have
Yes.
to tell, guys. This is several times asked this question in the interviews also, and also you should understand. Okay, what is so this PR data type? PR data type is a printable data type, printable interface.
Interface.
This is an object. You can create
This is
object only for a class. See, I can create object only for normal class, not even for the abstract class. Remember all these points and watch the video one more time if you have any doubt, guys. So
Okay,
now call PR dot So display pr dot run, pr dot print, pr dot show.
So,
So this is all the object creation and how you can call and how you can point the object to interface variable.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's all about interface. And let me show you the relationships once again. You remember the relationship between a class and interface is always implements keyword. A class extends another class. You have to use class and class between extends keyword,
Extends keyword.
and class and interface between implements keyword.
implementation keyword.
An interface extends another interface using extends keyword, but it
Keyword.
cannot extend a class. Okay, so a class can implement one or more interfaces, and an interface can extend one or more interfaces. Okay, so these are the points important. And another very famous interview question, this is the mandatory interview question. What is the difference between abstract class and interface? Abstract class and interface both are used to achieve the abstraction, where we can declare abstract methods in both in abstract class and in interface also. Abstract class and interface both cannot be instantiated. What is mean by instantiation?
Non-static.
How many times I need to tell this, guys?
Object
Sir,
reference.
create an object,
Create
sir,
an object
instant.
reference. Yeah.
Ah, right. You
Create an
remember
object,
now.
instantiation.
So now
Sorry.
means both cannot be instantiated means for both of them you cannot create object. So now there are still unique differences. Let's see. Abstract class can have abstract, non-abstract methods. Interface can have only abstract methods. Since Java 8, it can have a default and static methods also. Before Java 8, only abstract methods, no other methods in the interface. Java 8 to Java 9 and keep on increasing, they are adding so many new features for the interface. So abstract class doesn't support multiple inheritance, but the interface supports multiple inheritance.
Multiple.
Abstract class can have final,
Non-have final.
non-final,
Non-static.
static, non-static variables. Abstract class inside you can declare all types of variables. But interface has only static and final
Static
variables.
and final variable.
That is a constant.
Public also.
Public is not a constant. Public is the access modifier.
Access mode.
Yes, sir.
It's just an access modifier. So abstract class can provide the implementation of an interface, but interface can't provide the implementation of an abstract class. Interface never provides the implementation for anything.
Yes.
So abstract keyword is used to declare an abstract class. Interface keyword is used to declare an interface. Abstract class can extend another Java class and implements multiple Java interfaces. An interface can extend another Java interface. An abstract class can be extended using extends keyword. An interface can be implemented in the class using implements keyword. So a Java abstract class can have class members like private, protected. Members of Java interface are public by default. Okay, so that's all about this interface and abstract class. So here are some of the questions I have provided, but yeah, maybe question paper I will give tomorrow.